Well, I'm going to make one little comment here, is that I know that over the last year, every once in a while, the service ends about 5 minutes early. So I've got about 65 minutes to my credit. No, I won't go 65 minutes. But I wanted to tell a little story this morning. It's a story from the Bible, and Harvey mentioned it when he was introducing the song. And that's the story about David and Goliath. And David was just a boy, and I'm suspecting David might have been a boy about Monroe's age. And David had a job to do. He was the youngest of many brothers, and his job was to take care of the sheep. So I imagine this young boy David out in a field taking care of sheep and just enjoying the goodness of nature, just enjoying the peace, the bird song, the wind rustling through the trees, the gentle baaing of the sheep. And he was very good at his job. It was a very big responsibility to take care of these sheep. But his brothers were over on a battlefield, and one day Dad said to David, "David, I want you to take this package to your brothers at the front line of the battle." So David made his little journey, and when he got there, he was a little bit surprised at what he observed. Because the two peoples, the Israelite people and the Philistine people, were lined up facing each other, but the Philistine people had this boasting giant, Goliath. And Goliath was taller than everybody, and Goliath had weapons that were symbolic of the Philistine technological advantage. You see, they had developed bronze casting, and so they technologically were way ahead of the Israelite people, who were agrarian people, land-based people. Now, the thing that surprised the young boy David is that all the grown-ups, King Saul, all the soldiers, all of his brothers, were scared of Goliath. They didn't want to go out and face him. And David said, "I'll go." A young boy, in the face of a great challenge, when his peers, his parents, his people that he was related to were frightened. And I'd like to make the point that sometimes in youth, there is a spirit that is ready to address things. And I would like us to be aware that in our time, it's much like those days. There is a boasting giant in our earth that is saying, "You folks don't have a chance. You folks can't win. I'm going to take over." And what I'm seeing, and maybe you're seeing this too, is that all over the planet, young people are beginning to say, we need to do something to change things. Young people are getting out into the streets. Young people are making themselves known. They're speaking out, and they're saying to us, "Won't you please support us as we try to make the earth a better place, a happier place, a healthier place?" And I am hoping that Christian people all over the planet will recognize that it's time to get behind our youth. They see things. Betty mentioned this from her conference experience. Youth see things in ways that we do not. And it's wise of us to listen to what they see. It's wise of us to take advice from them, because they have a point of view that is very, very valuable. Now, I had lots and lots that I wanted to say about the text this morning, but very briefly, the first text is about wisdom, and wisdom being everywhere, and wisdom trying to attract our attention, trying to get a hold of our imaginations so we can follow her. And in following wisdom, we can make a new future. The dark future we face can be brightened, illuminated by the wisdom, and that wisdom is inside of us all. It's that wisdom that formed our bodies when we were in the womb. It's that wisdom that's formed the earth in which we live. And that is reflected in the Psalm of David. David was a poet, and David knew that the creation of God was a very good place. the place where we belong. But David also knew that sometimes we stepped out of the natural way and we got ourselves into trouble. And then just a bit from Paul. Paul talks about faith. And we have grown up with the stories of Moses and Abraham and Sarah and Deborah. We have grown up with the stories of all the characters in the Bible, and we have observed that they lived by faith. They lived by their trust in God. And their trust in God led them through all kinds of situations. And the text says, for better or for worse, we have opportunity to learn as we go forward, governed by the Spirit of God. And the last text is about truth. And I would like to encourage you. We live in a world that is being defined as the world of fake news. We don't know anymore by listening to the media what's really happening. But we have opportunity to pray. We have opportunity to study. We have opportunity to inquire and seek. God, show me the truth. And once we see the truth, we pray, God, let me live according to the truth. So, let's encourage and support our young people as they do what they can to make the future a better place. And let's do this by being good examples to them. Good examples of people who seek for the truth and people who live the truth. And in these things, if these things all come to pass, who knows, the world we're longing for may arrive. Amen.